Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I did a video on the Nigel Benn versus Iran Barkley one-round barn burner, which lasted a few seconds, less than 3 minutes. It was one of those great one-round fights. Ben scored 3 knockdowns, lots of dirty tactics being used by Ben, but he got away with it and got himself a one-round win. Now, it got me thinking about other great one-round fights. I'm not talking about fights like, say, for example, Hagler-Hearns, which had a great first round, and then you had subsequent rounds, and they were very good as well, of course. I'm talking about fights that were just 1 round or less. And I got thinking about it, and in fact, I came up with a 1 minute fight. I mean, near as damn it. It's about 61, 63 seconds or something. I thought, how much action can you pack into not just 1 round, but 1 minute? And the fight I came up with for this video was the rematch between Kendall Holt and Ricardo Torres. Now, it was a rematch because they fought for the WBO super lightweight title, which was held by Holt in 2007, I think it was the first fight. And it was won by Torres in 11 rounds. It was a really good fight, very sort of back and forth. Holt got stopped in 11, but was, he was doing well. I think he had about 22 wins, a draw and a defeat on his record. And Torres had about 32 wins and maybe a defeat. So they were very evenly matched. But of course, when you get a close fight like that, what's the immediate thing? Well, we'll have a rematch. It's unfinished business. Could have gone either way. It was entertaining the first time. Let's have a rematch. No one could have predicted how it unfolded. Absolutely no one. Because it was won in about 61 or 63 seconds by Kendall Holt, who knocked out, and I mean knocked out, Torres in just over a minute or just over a minute. Okay, so how did he go about doing that then? How did this unfold? It's even more astounding when I tell you that within that minute, Kendall Holt was knocked down twice by Torres and still ended up winning in 60, 63 seconds, whatever it was, 61 seconds. They came out. Torres came out very, very aggressively. Holt was trying to stand his ground. He got floored with an overhand right. I think it was an overhand right anyway. He got up. He was fine. He was okay. Next thing you know, he's on the deck again. And you're thinking, I don't know whether the 3 knockdown rule's in effect. I hope not, because I never did like the 3 knockdown rule. But he gets up, still knows where he is. He's been on the floor twice, which is not exactly a great way to start a fight. This was in the first 30 seconds or 45 seconds or something. And of course, Torres goes tearing after him, trying to finish him off. And then there is what a lot of people thought was a headbutt, because Holt threw his own punch. I think Torres was near the ropes, and I believe he headbutted. I don't think it was intentional, but there was a headbutt, a clash of heads, let's call it, between the two. And then the punch sort of landed. And Torres, going from having scored 2 knockdowns in whatever it was, 45 seconds, was instantly out and was on the ropes, and the referee stepped in. Torres was flat on his back. He may have needed oxygen. He certainly was out cold. A lot of people are saying this was a tainted victory for Holt because it did look like a headbutt, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, Holt was WBO super lightweight champion. And in fact, he defended it. I think he defended it successfully once against Demetrius Hopkins, who I think was he Bernard Hopkins' nephew? He won a split decision to retain the title, but then he lost it in a unification to Timothy Bradley Jr. That was over in Canada, and that was a unanimous decision. It was quite competitive, but Bradley won it. Bradley definitely won that fight. And then Holt went on. He tried to come back. He never really. He did. I think he fought Danny Garcia, and lost a close one, split decision or a majority decision. And he was beating people like, Tim Coleman. I think Lamont Peterson got rid of him in about 8 rounds. And that was for the IBF super lightweight title. And then I think Holt just drifted away and quit. He ended up with 28 wins, 16 KOs and about 6 defeats, I think it was. But he got stopped a few times. But he was, briefly a WBO champion. But this one-round fight with Torres was just astounding. You've never seen nothing like it. Like just a minute's worth of action. And the guy who's been knocked down twice ends up winning inside 60. Like I say, it was about 60 seconds. Amazing fight. But Kendall Holt, he beat some half decent people. I mean, he beat Ben Taki on a majority decision. Taki was very, very tough. I mean, unbelievably tough. He beat a French contender by the name of Mike Arnauitis, I think his name was. I probably mispronounced that. That was a decent win. I think that was the win that got him the first fight with Torres. And, he was okay. He was an okay fighter. He beat Julio Diaz. And he was one of those guys, you'd call him maybe a B- fighter. Good, not great, but good. But on his day, he could have it. And on his day against Ricardo Torres was a Colombian fighter. Again, probably a B- fighter, I would say. I think he beat Mike Arnauitis as well. They both did, both on points and both close-ish fights, if I remember rightly. He also fought, early on in his career, believe it or not, he fought Miguel Cotto, got stopped in 7 rounds. That was when he was undefeated. Well, they were both undefeated. And that was for the WBO super lightweight title as well. Then I think he won, if memory serves, he won a vacant belt when Cotto moved up. And that might have been against Arnauitis. Arnauitis was one of those sort of top 12 fighters who sort of flirted with, the world title scene, but I don't think he ever really made it as big as he wanted to anyway. But yeah, Torres made a few defences. I think he made, until he lost to Holt in that crazy one-rounder, I think he made about 3 or 4 defences of the WBO title. So he's another one. Both Kendall Holt and Ricardo Torres are fighters that, they were world titleists. People don't remember them too much. And we're talking, 17 years ago, something like that. Funny how people forget so quickly, because these were 2 guys who, they would be competitive. They were competitive. They both held belts, and they probably deserve to be remembered a bit better than they were, or than they are. But I'll tell you now, this fight deserves to be remembered as an extraordinary event. Go and watch it. It's on YouTube. The rematch between Kendall Holt and Ricardo Torres, all 60 seconds of it. Put the kettle on, and the fight will be over before the kettle's boiled. And if you want, watch their first fight, because that's very entertaining as well. Anyway, do you remember this craziness? Let me know if you do. Leave your comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll catch you later. Bye for now.